Help me, please! I can't figure out the E flat chord. Let's learn that tonight here on Porch Pickin. Welcome. My name's Matt Johns. Now, if you're an expert and you've already known how to play countless numbers of chords and fingerings, this video doesn't, this video isn't for you. This is for the beginners out there who are trying to learn their way through the banjo and learn different chords. Now, I don't know how to play an E flat chord, I'm not going to lie. I've always stuck to the major chords, never the flats. Well, I played B flat. Today, let's learn the different ways we can play E flat chord. Throw something different in the mix. You know, not just major chords like F, C, or, G, Let's throw an E flat in there. Why not challenge ourselves? Get through the hard stuff. We're learning something new. That's what it's about. Don't get stuck in the same old rut. Let's move out of it. Let's go. Hey, by the way, how you think about the banjo? Got a new head put on it, a new set of strings. The tuners are on there, and looking nice and sharp and professional here. This old Morgan Monroe I've had for about 5-6 years, and I'll tell you what, it's the best it's played in a long time. E flat. Let's learn this. Now, if you paid attention to the video a couple months back, and I hope you did, and you done your homework for that video, so by this point you've already printed you out a scale chart. This is what I'm going to use today to help me reference on how to finger a E flat chord on the banjo. And all your chords, they run on a 1-3-5 progression in a scale. The first note, third note, and the fifth note of the scales. So say like you want to play a G chord. Well, what are the notes to make up a G chord? Well, we look at our scale chart here, and we notice up to the green it labels the number. It has the numbers up there. Those are the categories. And on the side it has the scales. This particular one I have. Now we're looking for the G chord. What are the notes to make up the G chord? We look here. We know the first note is G major. That's the first note. And we're going for the third note. When we look here, we go to reference down here to the third note, and we come to a B. Well, 1, 3, that's B. G and B so far. Then we go to the fifth note, D. So G, B, and D make up the G chord. Hence, how our banjo is already tuned to a G chord, right? So we already know that science is true. So we got a G, D, G, B, D. The fourth and first strings are tuned to a D. So really, it's the second, third, and fourth string that are really tuned to harmonize to each other in that G chord. And the fifth string. That's your G chord. The 1-3-5 progression. So E flat. I want to learn how to play the E flat chord. That's no exception. So let's see how we learn how to play the E flat. We just go to our scale. What is the 1-3-5 chord progression? When we look here to the E flat, and my papers are blowing everywhere because of this fan. So I'm trying to push everything together. If we look on here, and I'm gonna try to look through the camera here at it, the E flat. Now everything's backwards to me on the camera here, and it looks like it's E flat, G, and B flat. Those are the notes that make up the E flat chord. So those are the notes that I'm going to focus on. So I got me a chromatic sheet that I modified to a banjo neck. It's supposed to be like the banjo neck. Those are the notes up to the 12th fret on each string. On the first, second, third, and fourth string. Those are the notes going up chromatically in a half step. So I'm going to use that as a reference sheet. Now it says here on the first string, there's an E flat there. So I know that's my root. I'm looking for the E flat to start off with. E flat note. And it's saying on the first fret there's an E flat. Here. Right? Now, what if I take the E flat I can do that on the fourth string too. So I know the first fret on both first and fourth strings are my E flat. And you already got the G open. So there we go, we're already starting to harmonize. Now we need to find that B flat. Well, where would that B flat be? Now, which means I got to close that G string that was giving me that harmonization. I have to close it now. This is a stretch. Now this version here is a stretch. I got to kind of block that B natural string because of that. So you kind of have to block it. So I'm playing from. So I guess I can play from the fifth string, fourth string, third string, first string. Now, all right, that's one uncomfortable way of playing the E flat chord. Right there. What is another way? So I got our first way right there, and just by using this chromatic scale chart, I was able to pick those out and learn different ways of playing this chord. So we know that's our first way of playing this chord that we can do. We can just take this, stretch out our pinky here to the third fret, third string, and from the fifth string down, and try to block that second string. Woo! That's a stretch. So let's see what is there another way of doing this. Now I'm coming up here, I look down here in a reference to it. We know the B flat is on the third string, and we know that we come up to the second string. I'm seeing another E flat note. E flat falls on the second string, fourth fret. That's the next one I see. So there's a B flat on the third fret, third string, and then there's the E flat on the fourth fret, second string. So there are those two. Oh, go. Gotta get it right. And now it looks like in a stair step, there's a G up there on the fifth fret, first string. I wonder if I can make that stretch to close that chord off. And I can. Now that's not too uncomfortable. And you can play all the strings on this one. See how using these charts make it so much easier to learn these chords too. Learn the finger positions, because you can just read the notes and just focus on the root note, which in this case is my E flat. So I'm going through looking at where the E flat pops up down the fret every time. Alright, so that's a second variation of the E flat chord. And I just took first finger on the third string, third fret, my second finger on the second string, fourth fret, my fourth finger on the first string, fifth fret, and my third finger on the fourth string, fifth fret. And of course, our fifth string is already tuned to G. So that's an E flat. So that's another E flat chord. Let's see, there's another way we can play this. Let's see. Got an E flat there. We get that on the first fret. Did that one on the fourth fret, second string. Sorry, the fan's really blowing the paper here. Let's see if there's another way. I see another E flat that I could possibly play, and this one looks a little easier. On the 8th fret, there's an E flat on the third string, 8th fret. That's E flat. Now this looks like a bar chord, so I'm just going to do bar chord. E flat. Now, if we're playing in the key of B flat, that would be the chord, one of the chord 1-4-5 chord progression. It would be B flat, E flat, and F. How do I know that? Because I got the scale chart right here in front of me. In the key of B flat, the 1-4-5 chord progression is B flat, E flat, F. Get a scale chart. Study the scales. Keep a scale chart in your banjo case. It is like the banjo Bible, pretty much. Like if you're in a jam session and somebody yells out, "Hey, Mountain Dew, key of A," well, what's your notes going to be? Well, you can just pull out your little sheet really fast and you'll learn, hey, it's 1-4-5 chord progression, we're in the key of A. You know, and, okay, so I know my notes are going to be A, D, and E. Just that simple. Study a scale chart. Thank you so much for helping me learn how to play this E flat chord that I've never been able to play. It was so cool discovering this. And the first one I think I'm going to stay away from. I think I might cheat from now on. I hate to say it and play here on the 8th fret. It's so much easier. It's so much easier. But this way ain't too hard. It ain't too hard at all. And it has a little bit more bottom to it. So there's the E flat right there. I just discovered a new chord. Hopefully you just discovered a new chord. And just do that. Just challenge yourself. Get a scale chart. Get a chromatic printout sheet. I don't know. I think if you go on Google and you just type in chromatic scales, this one actually just popped up when I went over to the images in Google search, went to the images, and this particular one, it popped up, but it was under a guitar, and so I printed it out, and you can see where I took out the E and A strings and just modified it to a banjo. It works the same way, but go on Google, see what you can come up with, and keep it in your banjo case. It will help you out tremendously. And it's not always going to be about scales, and it's about music in the long run, but this is kind of the way to kind of help you out. Once you get your steady rhythm down and you just play along with the chords. That's all that's going to matter anyway. You're in the moment, you're playing. And scales will help you out with that. They surely will. Alright, so thank you so much. Till next time. Thank you so much for clicking on I'm Matt Johns for Porch Pickin. Goodbye, and keep playing, guys. Get on up, turn this thing on.